Okay, so we're going to go to Becky in Arizona then. Hi, Becky. How may we help you? Becky?
Hello.
Hello.
So, hello?
Are you driving?
Hello?
You must be driving in a car. Is that right?
No, I'm outside at a park. Here,
Okay.
let me try and figure this out.
Oh,
Hello, is this better?
oh,
Yeah,
much, much,
whoa.
much better. Thank you so much.
Okay.
How may we help you
Okay,
today?
awesome. So, my husband has been using pornography for 11 years of our 13-year marriage,
Mm-hmm.
and I told him how much it hurt me,
Mm-hmm.
and he still kept doing it. He kept lying, he kept promising, I won't do it, I'm so sorry. And it happened again this last December, and it's escalated into something physical. He swears he didn't do it, but I found evidence. And I just can't get to the point where I can be nice acting towards him again because I don't believe him
Mm-hmm.
at all.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't know like what to do because I hate being as cold and frigid and emotionally numb as I've been these past few months. But I just can't get out of it.
Well, obviously that's your decision. Do you want to save this marriage?
Yes,
Okay. So what I'm hearing, Kimberly, is that you, Becky, are manifesting anger toward him. Is that correct?
yes.
Okay. And that if I'm hearing what you said, then you're not really having any warm spots or warm moments with him at all. It's all being cold or distant and angry at this point. Is that correct?
Cold and distant, the anger, I mean, I just keep it on the back burner. There's no point in it.
Okay. And so how long have you been being cold and distant to him?
Oh, gosh, we're going on almost a year now.
Okay. So why is he still with you?
I don't know.
Okay. Could it be?
He says because he loves me.
Could it be he's telling you the truth?
It could be.
Okay. Okay. I hear a lot of doubt in that. If you're going to guess percentage wise, like, okay, that's 25% of being true, 85% of being true, just pick a number and take a guess. What do you think it is?
I don't know, 45% of being true.
Okay, so you really don't trust this guy at all. Now, you want to save the marriage.
No.
You still love him,
Mm-hmm.
and he says he loves you, and that would seem to be a reasonable thing that if he's still there, I mean, anybody in a relationship with the other person is being cold and distant, and you're still there almost a year later, and unless he just has no place else to go, then that probably indicates he loves you and he really wants this thing put back together. Wouldn't that sound right to you?
Yes.
Okay. So what are you going to do to get past this pain and to be able to establish trust again? Have you done anything to try to reestablish trust, like setting up some what people call boundaries, we call stops, anything like that?
Well, I have access to his computer. All his passwords are saved, and he says he doesn't mind me checking, and I do. But I mean, there's incognito mode, and now he's turned off his GPS because of the physical thing that possibly happened. And I feel kind of done just checking. I don't need to police him. I asked for therapy, and he agreed. And then he said it was stupid and useless.
Hmm.
So that's not even an option.
Really? How old is he?
He is 43.
Okay. Now, if he really wants to save the marriage and you want therapy, do you think you're in a position where you can say that this is going to happen or here's the negative consequence that's going to occur?
I don't like ultimatums, and the only negative consequence would be like either, we go to therapy and fix this, or we can live in misery with each other, or we can separate. And separation, I really don't want to do that.
I don't blame you either. We are not big on separation unless somebody is in danger. But if you keep doing
Right.
what you're doing now, why do you expect anything's going to be different than what it is now?
I don't. I just feel stuck.
Okay. And so you're content to live the rest of your life like this.
No, I'm not content.
Okay. So then if you're not content to live the rest of your life like this, then it would appear to me that you have to do something to change what's occurring. I mean, wouldn't that sound logical?
Yes.
Okay. But you don't, here, help me here, Kimberly, because what I'm hearing is this, that you don't like ultimatums, and I surely get that. But if you're not putting in a stop, in other words, here's a safeguard that offers protection that has some kind of consequence to it, why would you anticipate he's going to change? I mean, if you hope that he just all of a sudden fills up with enough love with you that he controls this, that would be awesome. But a man who's been doing this for 11 years, it's probably not just some whim. If he's been doing it for 11 years, it's probably what we would sometimes refer to in counseling as being an addiction. Do you think that's right or not?
Yes.
Okay. And if you're going to deal with an addict, whatever the addiction might be, then just hoping it gets better on its own typically isn't going to work. Typically with an addict, if you're going to get an addict to do something, it's going to have to be something that you require. Like, I need you to do this. And if you just ask for that, they may or may not do it. But if you put it with a stop, like a safeguard that offers protection, like I need to know where you are, therefore you need to turn the GPS back on your phone. And while I don't like checking behind you, looking on things, etc., if we're going to reestablish trust, I need to do that. Because what I'm hearing, and forgive me if I'm hearing it wrong, is that you're just kind of hoping things are going to get better on their own, when it sounds to me like that somebody has to do something. And if it's not going to be him, then there's only one person left.
Yeah, I'm not just sitting here, hoping that it magically gets better. That definitely is unrealistic. But it's just, I don't know how to move forward this time. I was always able to move forward these past few years, but something was different this time for some reason. And I just feel I'm stuck. I'm stuck in this limbo.
No, I understand.
And
that.
I don't know how to move forward.
Right. Well, in addition to the stops, which is safeguards that offers protection, there's also a thing we call a core, C-O-R-E, and that's continuing a relationship essential. Sometimes we'll call those criteria. It could be like, okay, either you set a stop, like this has to stop, or you set a criteria, a core. If we're going to continue our relationship, this is essential, this has to happen. And it could be, I need you to get therapy. It could be, I need us to go to therapy together. It could be whatever. And I understand you're being in limbo right now. I really do, because you can finally get so overwhelmed you just get tired. Like, I'm just tired of dealing with this. Yet, I'm understanding that you love him because of the fact that you haven't left him. And if you love him and if he loves you, then this situation's gone on for 11 years with him lying. It does not sound to me like it's going to get better by itself. That means you're going to have to get some kind of help somewhere, somehow. And if you don't, then at some point, this limbo that you're in is going to change. My guess would be that it's going to deteriorate. What I mean by that is, if you don't do something about this, if you keep living in this limbo, finally you're just going to get so tired of living like this that it's like either you're going to resign yourself to be miserable or you're going to make an action then. But when you do that based on that point, like I've finally gotten to the end of my rope, your action is probably going to be more reactive than planned. And so my strong suggestion would be that even though you don't really want to do it right now, my strong suggestion would be that you really need to talk to somebody that can help you with this. Have you ever gone to the website sexhelp.com, SEXHELP.com?
No.
Okay. That's associated with Patrick Carnes, and it's really got some good material information there. If you're religious, there's a different site called XXXchurch.com. Based on which one you want, religious help or other help, but there's some good sites out there that can give you insight as to what you need to do next when it comes to this kind of thing. And so I feel I hurt for you that you're in this limbo right now, but unless he's going to do something, you're going to have to do something, or it's just going to get worse, it sounds to me. Would you tend to agree with that, Kimberly, or not?
I would. It's a hard place to be.
It's definitely a hard place to be.
It is a hard place.
Because I think you've got two people here that love each other.
Yeah, and with situations like that, I mean, in any kind of addiction that you're talking about, even when we talk about limerence, there's also a level of empathy that the spouse who's being hurt, I think, needs to begin to understand. If this person, they probably don't want to be doing this. They know they're hurting me. They know they're hurting their family, but it gets to a part where you see the struggle, and you're like, I just want to help them. And sometimes just reframing that can help you get the the oomph you need to be able to set those stops and those cores, because you're doing this to intervene, to help, to stop something from happening, because this person doesn't have enough strength to do it on their own.
Now, of course, we have our own coaches, but they're not specifically trained in sexual behavior, but they are trained in how to have relationship behavior. And if you want to call and talk to one of our coaches, what you do is you call our number that we give throughout the program, and you can talk about setting up some sessions with our coaches.